I hope y'all ready for this one because we're gonna be mixing up shoes, culture, and food all into one shoe right after this. Man, oh man, do we have a treat for you guys today because we're gonna be reviewing the Nike Dunk SB Street Hawker. And just looking at this shoe is making me salivate because really, this brings together culture, food, shoe head, ideas, just being able to put it all together in one. I cannot wait to talk more about it. These were supposed to release January 9th, 2021. But due to some of the issues that's happening with shipping, with the pandemic that's going on, it got pushed back to January 22nd. And I bring this up because I think it's gonna be important for the next shoe releases in the year of 2021. As sneakerheads, as resellers, we have to be up to date in terms of all the releases that are coming out because February is gonna be crazy, March is gonna be crazy, just this whole year in general. So it's important to always keep up to date, make sure that you know when your alarms are supposed to turn on and just to keep it going and just to stay up on top of everything. January 22nd, 7 a.m. PST time. These are gonna be releasing on sneakers. Turn it on, turn on all your alarms, make sure you remember because this shoe is gonna go crazy. It's probably gonna sell out in 2 minutes and just the overall hype around Nike SB right now, it is consistent, it's growing, and we're gonna have bangers throughout the whole year. Let's talk about the Nike Dunk SB Street Hawker that was designed by the Guangzhou artist Jason Dang. And man, he integrated 6 different cultural dishes all around China to go ahead and put this all together. And he made such a piece of art. And I can't wait to break this down a little bit more, but you could just see when you unbox this shoe, this isn't just a normal Nike SB paper that we usually see, you know? This is actually remnants of a Chinese menu. So let's go ahead and take it out and let's just see more of what I'm talking about. I'm just to take this out, I'm gonna take it out very carefully. But you can just tell there's different types of menu items on there. You got bamboo shoot soup with pickled pork, you got beef offal soup, soup with pepper, and all these different menus, and you have even the price that's right next to it. And this just kind of shows the amount of detail that Jason decided to go through with this shoe. It's very inspirational, being able to put culture and shoes together. I think it's gonna be something of what kind of trend we're gonna be expecting from Nike SB. It's been amazing to see what kind of collaborations they've had till this day, and I can't wait to see what else is coming in the future. But this shoe specifically, there's so much art, there's so much thought, so much effort all together to create a one-of-a-kind shoe that really gives the vibes of the What the Dunk. If you guys are aware, this shoe that was made way back in the day really gives off these vibes. And I've told a lot of friends that I've discussed with the shoe specifically. You have the 2 different designs of each shoe and putting them onto feet, putting them together, telling a story, really dedicating this to the street vendors that are out there in China. And man, this is such a piece of art. And I can't wait to dive more into it. So I'm gonna bring up this left shoe, which happens to be my favorite out of the 2 designs from the shoes. But I think you can just tell the types of colors that were utilized. This shoe was actually created to represent 3 different flour-based dishes. And I think the first thing that really stuck out to me was this toe box. I don't know why, and I'm probably gonna get heat for this, but this really reminds me of the Nike Dunk SB Paris. It's just crazy, probably it's just how the suede is, but this suede specifically, the colorway of this was there to represent the color and the texture of green bean soup. So I thought that was super dope. And then right after that, you really notice the type of context that this swoosh has. Like, look at this, you just tell, it really resembles wood. And after reading more about it, it actually shows the wooden chopsticks design as well. And just kind of the thought, look at that material. I mean, I'm really impressed by how Nike SB did this one. They really took their time. QC was great on this shoe, actually, compared to the other ones that were released last year. I really love this side of the shoe specifically, but you could just tell, amazing. I also want to highlight this specific design that they use on the back heel. So what I've read is that this is actually a 10-cent copper coin. And I just thought that it really entwines with this specific swoosh and the colorway specifically. So I'm glad that they used this design on it as well. And what I really love about this side is when you take out this insole, let me go ahead and take it out. Hopefully I don't have any problems with this. But this I thought was really cool, just the way what it symbolizes. This shoe actually has imprints of the blue sky. So this actually symbolizes that the people treat their food as their heaven. So man, I'm just learning so much about the culture, like just through this specific shoe. And I thought that was so dope because this shoe specifically has a story. I really love how they intertwined all of this together into one. And then you also have this blue sole here, right? So if you can tell, I don't know if you could tell in this colorway or this specific one, but this one's supposed to mimic the blue and the white of fine porcelain bowls. They killed it on this one specifically, and I really love what it resembles, what it's all about, and it's just amazing to what they did. All right, so now on the right side of the shoe, this one pops like crazy. And before I was even reading about this one, like, to me when I look at it, I really think about fire, hot, spicy foods, the kind of colors that were utilized for this specific side, and I think that's exactly what they tried to target. So the first thing that you notice on this shoe is this metallic toe box, and this is actually supposed to mimic the hot pots that are utilized to cook the dishes. And I'm kind of glad that they utilized this kind of material on it, although I will notice that this will probably crease a lot, but that's what we do. We wear our shoes. Just seeing this toe box, you're kind of wondering what specific story did they have behind this? And then when you go around the toe box here, you have these different, looks like bubbling chili oil treatments that are all over that toe box, and it really comes off as that red orange vibes on it. And I really like kind of how this goes off of this right here. It kind of creates a really good color preference specifically. And then you move on to this midsole right here. It really reminds you of that ostrich print. And actually what that symbolizes is that part right there is a crispy roasted goose skin that's really famous in Guangzhou. It was so dope to even read and learn more about that. You can just tell the type of texture that they utilize. And then as you look closer, you have this swoosh here, that's that silver lining on it. And this is actually known that this resembles the metal hook used to hang the roast goose. This is crazy. Like, you wouldn't think that when you see this shoe at first, you're just kind of looking at the colorways, but just the story behind it is amazing. And then on the other shoe, you knew that this sole right here was blue, but this one's actually yellow. So this symbolizes the different types of cooking oils that are utilized when making these dishes. Man, the amount of detail they put into this is amazing. Another important thing to think about is this specific insole. This is actually the landscape to how they were able to grow rice paddies. You have history, you have all these different culturally based ways, and you wouldn't even notice if you didn't take out this insole and learn more about the shoe. And that's what I love about Nike SB. It really has a story behind it. Overall, you know, there's also saying that this is like shaved ice, and then you have the Toro balls here as well. You also have this lining here, which represents the different types of meats that are utilized. You can go on and on with this shoe specifically. A lot of us sneakerheads or just shoe heads in general, we try to learn more about the shoe. We try to learn more about the history, more about why it was created, why there was a collaboration, why it was designed. And I'm just kind of in awe, because if I hadn't have done research about this, I wouldn't have known much about the shoe. And then one last thing we gotta talk about, the laces. Look at this, it isn't just a white, black, green, yellow, but these really have meanings to it. This symbolizes garlic, black pepper, ginger, and shallots. This is probably one of the most creative dunks, SBs that I've seen. Learning more about it, not knowing from just the shoe, how the appearance is, from down to the shoe paper. This really symbolizes culture. And I think Nike SB did a great job. I think Jason did an amazing job of really appreciating the shoe of why it is. This has a story behind it. And not knowing about it, not doing your research, you just see, oh wow, like these colorways are like, what is this? You got fire and ice, you have, you know, this blue underline, you have this dope colorway, but really you learn more about it, and it brings back a lot of what the shoe game is really about. You know, you put these shoes on and it can tell a story for you. But these shoes specifically, you look at them, they tell a story altogether. And I think that just kind of brings me back into why I'm a shoe head, why I'm a sneakerhead, because I can tell my story with the shoes that I buy, what I love, what brings me back to the old days. And you know, this shoe just kind of made me realize a lot more about the passion that I have, why I do what I do. And I just hope that everyone can get a chance to cop this pair, because learn more about what you have. It's important. Really, it really is important, and I can't wait to really show about this. So I just want to commend, I want to tell Nike SB, I appreciate what you guys did with this. You know, learning more about this, I really don't have a favorite shoe, and I'm changing this mid-series, mid-episode, mid-streaming, because damn, like there's so much thought, there's so much process, there's so much origin to why this was created. And I'm so happy I can add this to my collection, and I hope that you can get it too. With that being said, I hope you guys liked my little review. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Should I continue doing early reviews in terms of Nike SBs, Jordans, or whatever I can get my hands on? Because that actually, I take that into account, and I really appreciate all of your types of understandings and what you guys say. So wish you guys best of luck. Cop on sneakers. I hope you guys are able to get that W. And always remember, stay in stock with Out of Stock Kicks. Peace!